Not a licensed physician, not giving medical advice, it's purely educational and entertainment. And I just injected 2.5 IUs of Novolin R human insulin. I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. Why did I do that? Well, there's multiple different reasons, so I'll go through them. One, and I can't say which reason is the number one why I took it tonight, so I'll just go through all of them in no particular order. One, your beta cells in your pancreas, they don't live forever, and the more they have to work, the faster they die. And they can die within your lifetime, assuming you don't have an early death. If you live a long life, to 80, 100, 120, 150 years, 150 years, yeah, people that are currently my age, in their 20s, may live to 150 years. I believe that we have the technology to live hundreds of years currently. Yeah. We do also have the technology. I think I made a video on this, or maybe I know I recorded this, but it was probably part of another video. I can't remember. I make so many videos that I don't post, so if I already posted this video, you get to watch it again. Now, of course, if we live hundreds of years, we can just genetically modify cells to produce insulin, just grow some new beta cells and put them in us, or just create them inside of us. But, I'm a purist in a sense that I love my body. Like, I want to avoid surgery if I don't need surgery. I want to keep all my original parts. I want to keep all my original cells. If I don't have to do something, I don't want to do it. I want to stay with my original biology if I can. And the more your beta cells have to produce insulin, the faster they die. When do they have to produce insulin? Well, when your blood sugar rises. So I just ate some cookies, and I was thinking, man, it actually isn't for this reason, but I was thinking, man, my body's going to produce insulin and absorb this sugar, and then my insulin's going to go down, and then I'm going to eat chicken in 40 minutes from now, and I'm not going to have a good insulin response, and it's not going to get into my cells as well, the protein. So if I just take some insulin instead of relying on my body and sugar, well, now I will have good high insulin levels for when I eat my chicken. They will not be low, because the sugar from the cookies made it go high. But if I don't eat more sugar with the chicken, it's going to be low, and then the amino acids from the chicken won't be absorbed. I'm going to eat more carbs with my chicken, but I'm not going to eat so much to get my insulin up really high. Well, my insulin's not going to go high at all because I took some insulin. But yeah, taking insulin allows you to manipulate when your insulin is high rather than just when you eat a lot of sugar. But also, I've eaten a lot of sugar in my life, so I often think, I don't want to get diabetes someday from my beta cells dying. What that is if your beta cells die within your lifetime, you become a diabetic. You cannot produce insulin, meaning if you eat a bunch of cookies, you will die unless you inject insulin. But if you inject it now when you don't need it, your beta cells live longer and you don't get to that point where your life depends on it. So that is something I care about, because I do not want to be dependent on taking insulin for risk of dying if I don't. I never want to be like that. I don't want to be dependent on anything. And another reason why I take insulin, and why I took it tonight, is today I did boxing practice. And then I worked out in the gym. And I have not very good recovery in general. And my body's been lagging a little behind the last week in recovery. And I want to do MMA practice again tomorrow, and I'd like to work out in the gym again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. It's not like the insulin's going to help me, not going to completely allow me to do that, but if it can give me a little boost in recovery, and I really don't know how much of a boost it gives me, that's the honest truth. I have not used it enough to know, plus I'm using very little, but I know it's got to give me some amount, and I want that some amount. I do think that sometimes I notice higher energy when I take insulin, but I can't tell if I have improved recovery, but I should. So yeah, I'm taking it for, what were the reasons? I think one was manipulation of when your insulin is high. And no, number one was to save your beta cells. Number two was to manipulate when your insulin is high. And number three was to improve recovery. I think those were the things I just said, but you could always rewatch the video. I take 2.5 to 3 units. One time I took 4, maybe even 5 units. I don't know if I took 5. I think I took 4. And it was too much. It was not fun. I did not have a huge appetite, and I was going hypoglycemic. So I was trying to eat oatmeal to get my blood sugar up, but it just wasn't getting high enough. So I started eating ice cream, and it wasn't getting high enough. So I started drinking maple syrup, and I'd feel good. And then it would come back down, and I'd eat more ice cream and drink more maple syrup, and I'd feel good. And then it came back down, and I had to eat more ice cream and drink more maple syrup. Not what I call a fun night. I guess if you just want to binge eat all night, it's fun, but I also had no appetite that night. So I was like, I really don't want to eat this, but I gotta eat it because I'm getting lightheaded. Yeah, that's why I stick to 3 and under. And it's interesting because all these bodybuilders on YouTube, when they talk about it, they talk about taking 10, 15, 20 IUs. It's like, holy shit. And I still don't know YouTube's censoring policy, whether saying curse words gets you censored someday and you can't make as much money. I currently don't make any money, but I hope to make some money someday. So if I can make little changes to my videos, like occasionally avoiding curse words, and maybe it will help me make money someday, I try to do it. But they're taking like 10 to 20 IUs, and I think I would drop dead if I took that much. But yeah, I don't use insulin often. I've only taken it like 10 times in my life. But I'm going to try to take it like once a week for that beta cell life extension. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Help me get above 1,000 subscribers so I can start making some amount of money from YouTube. It costs you nothing, and I put my time and effort and thought into these videos. It costs you nothing to help me maybe make some money from it.